Start lying on your back in a butterfly pose with the outer edges of your feet touching and your knees dropping outwards. Arms can be down by your sides or out in line with the shoulders. Tuck your shoulder blades down underneath you. Begin to tune out the world and tune into your breath. Deeply in through the nose, out through the nose. Opening up through the hips and the lower body here as you take that moment to become present and focus on your breath. And if you like to, you can take this moment as well to set an intention for your practice today. Think about how you want to feel, or how your future self is feeling at the end of this practice. Choose that feeling or word now and carry that forward into the rest of the next 30 minutes or so. And staying with those nice deep breaths, take your arms out to a T shape. Slowly draw the legs together and then wrap your right knee over your left. Move your hips to the right edge of the mat and drop the knees over to the left side for a nice supine twist. Feeling this twist rinsing out your belly, the center of your body. Breathing down into that space where you feel the twist. Another deep breath in. As you exhale, unwind the legs and come into the center. Making your way over to the other side. Hips go to the left side of the mat. Left leg crosses over right. Drop the knees to your right side. Maybe readjust your shoulder blades. A few deep breaths. Feel this release through your back. Another deep breath in. Exhaling, come into the center and unwrap the legs. Now just taking the hands around the knees or into the backs of the knee creases. Give yourself another little rock from side to side. Massage your lower back into the mat. Then begin to engage, drawing the belly button towards the spine. Round your upper back and rock back and forth along the mat. Hovering up off the mat each time you lift up. Coming into a boat position. We'll just hold it here. Draw the belly button towards the spine. Draw the pelvic floor in and up. Use this boat pose to engage your core, maybe extending the legs if that feels good to you, if that's accessible to you. And on an exhale, come out with control. Make your way around over the legs into a tabletop position. Spread down into the palms, spread wide into all 10 fingers, and then start to stir a big circle around with your body, letting the spine wiggle, moving as slowly as feels good, bringing a stretch into the sides of the body, full range of motion into the spine. Take any movements that feel good on your body. Move intuitively, continuing to spread down through the hands to really connect with the ground and feel that strength come into your arms. And then bring it into stillness. Step yourself back into a nice strong plank position, belly towards the spine, pressing out from the shoulders. You can take a moment to rock back and forth, press back through the heels, feel that stretch come into the calves. And then from here, elbows go back and in, slowly lower, very slowly with control to the ground. Fingertips under the shoulders, tops of the feet gluing down into the mat. As you inhale, rise up, using that strength of the upper back to lift you into cobra. And then exhaling to lower down and relax. Inhale up. Exhale, bow forward. A couple more times, waving through the spine. One more. Nice. Now taking your arms out to an intimidation cobra, fingertips tented, lift from the upper back, rise. A few more waves like this, just finding that slightly different stretch through the movement. And coming into the center, look back towards your left foot, pick up your left knee, and then bring it behind you for a twist. Right arm can come forward so the shoulder doesn't get squashed. Feel this stretch and twist through the spine. A couple of breaths here, you can relax your head down. Now releasing into the center, over to the other side, right fingers tent, left elbow forwards. Pick up your right knee and bring it behind you. Feel that twist through the belly and the back. On an exhale, return to the center. Pick yourself up through a tabletop position and then tuck the toes under. Make your way back to downward facing dog. Elbow creases spiraling in and then forwards towards the top edge of the mat. In your downward dog, back of the neck is nice and long. You can pedal out the feet. Explore the pose. Keep lifting the hips up and back. Finding that flat back shape with the body. A few little wiggles with the hips. And then finding stillness here in your downward facing dog, just breathing into the pose through the nose, sinking those heels down towards the mat. And then very slowly begin to tiptoe the feet towards the hands, coming towards the top edge of your mat, making your way into a forward fold, bowing the body heavy over the legs, folding from the hips and taking as much of a bend in the knees as you need to bring the lower belly to the thighs and take any stress out of the lower back. In this forward fold, you can take a gentle sway from side to side. Shake the head no. Check the back of the neck is relaxed. Shake the head yes. And then finding stillness in the forward fold, rolling up very slowly through the spine. One vertebra at a time, making your way up to standing. Nice. And then take a moment to roll the shoulders a few times. Back, opening through the chest. Tailbone slightly tucked. Find your Tadasana mountain pose. Shoulder blades down on the back. Couple of nice full rounds of breath. Come back to your intention if you set one. And then bringing the hands to heart center. As you inhale, reach out and up. Exhale and fold into the legs. Breathe in, take a halfway lift. Flat back and straight legs. Lower the hands. Step all the way back to plank. Full breath in plank. Exhale, take a chaturanga. Upward facing dog. Open the front of the body, thighs lift. Exhale back to downward facing dog. Full breath in. Long exhale. Breathe in, lift the right leg high. Scoop it forward with control and step it silently between the hands. Open your left foot out slightly so you're in a warrior one stance with the legs. Right knee is bent. Rise up into your warrior one. Look towards the thumbs if you can balance. Lift your left kneecap towards your left thigh. Stretch up. Feel this strength and flexibility. Maybe you can heel toe your right foot forward and find a little bit more length in the pose, belly towards the spine. And then from there, with control, bringing the fingertips down behind you, interlace the fingers, open through the chest. Feel the belly and the tailbone drawing towards each other. Inhale. Exhale, bow at a diagonal towards the top left corner of the mat for a humble warrior. Inhale, rise up. Exhale, bow forward. And again, inhale, rise up. Exhale, bow forward. Now bringing the hands either side of that front foot, straighten into the front leg. Maybe you need to bring the feet slightly closer towards each other again for your pyramid pose. In pyramid, our hips are squaring forward as much as we can. We'll take a few little waves here. Inhale, rise on the fingertips. Exhale, bow forward. Taking those blocks or books under your hands if you need them. Inhale, halfway lift, lengthen through the chest. Exhale and bow forward. Inhale, rise. Exhale, sink even further towards that front leg. Maybe you can take the fingers towards the back edge of the mat, palms towards you, and reach back. If you are trying to become more flexible in your body, the breath is really the thing that is going to change the game for you. Deep breaths, long exhales tell our body we are safe, we are relaxed. This allows the muscles to relax and lengthen. If we hold our breath, if we breathe shallow, our bodies are in a flight or fight response and the muscles will be tense. So lengthen out those exhales even more. Bring the fingertips to the top edge of the mat and then just step forward with your left foot to meet your right, forward folding at the top of the mat. From there, rise up through a flat back and straight legs. Reach into the fingers. Exhale, hands come to the heart. Full breath in. Long exhale out. And we'll do that on the left side. Reaching up and folding forward. Halfway lift as you inhale. Lower the fingers, lower the hands, step all the way back to plank. Full breath in plank. Exhale through your chaturanga. Option to do this on the knees. Flip up into upward dog. Exhale back, downward dog. Now reaching into the left leg. Hip stays square here. And then scoop the left knee forward, lightly step between the hands. Back foot step slightly shorter to a slight angle so that we can rise with strength into warrior one. Look to your thumbs, hug your rib cage in, grow out of the hips. Couple of full breaths here. And then releasing arms down behind your back, interlace the fingers. Inhale, puff the chest up. Exhale, dive towards that top right corner of the mat. Inhaling, rise up. Exhale, bow. Again, inhale, rise up. Exhale and bow forward. Hold and breathe. Now releasing the fingertips either side of that front leg, releasing into your pyramid pose. Back foot can come forward slightly if you need, or taking those blocks under the hands to help you stay lifted through the chest. Finding that breath here, squaring off the hips a little bit. Left hip back, right hip forward. And then we'll flow in some spine waves here. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, bow forward. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, bow. And again. Nice, feeling that length coming into the back of the left leg. Maybe walking the hands back towards the back edge of the mat if that felt good on the other side. If you're working on your stability still, you can take those blocks or the fingers to the mat in front of you. A few deep breaths. Keep drawing the right hip forward. And then walking the hands forward again. Step with control to the top edge of the mat, landing in your forward fold. Feel that length you've created through the backs of the legs. Maybe reaching around for the backs of the heels, folding even closer towards the legs. Give yourself a hug. Of course, taking as much of a bend in the knees as you need. Let your head hang heavy. And then we'll rise up to standing from here. Reach and lower the hands to the heart. Ready to move on, hands at heart center. Inhale, hands out and up. Exhale, fold forward. Breathe in and halfway lift. Exhale, lower the hands. Step back, come through a chaturanga. Onto the tops of the feet as you inhale, thighs lift. Exhale, press it back to downward dog. We'll come forward again to a plank position. From here, lift your right leg up and then roll onto the outside edge of your left foot. Take the right toes behind you. Come into wild thing. Open the chest, drop your right hand behind you. Stay strong through the left shoulder. Breathe into the front of the body. Open and lift. As you exhale now, bring your right hand back down and see if you can just step that right foot all the way forward. Rising up to your high crescent lunge this time, all 10 toes facing forward. Breathe in. Exhale, open up to your warrior two position. Full breath in. Exhale, lower the fingertips to the inner edge of your right foot and take your left arm all the way alongside the body, alongside the ear, stretching through the whole left side body, grounding through that outside edge of your left foot, your back foot. If you need a block here under your hand, please take it or press the back of your hand into the inner right calf. Full inhale. Exhale, rise back up to your warrior two. Visualize yourself balancing with ease at the top of the mat. Swivel so your back foot is pointing forward, and then we'll float up to standing on one leg. Flex your left foot, cross the ankle over top of the right thigh, just above the knee, and then sit your way down into a standing figure of four as low as you can to feel that stretch in the left glute and hip. Couple of deep breaths. Really breathe into that stretch. And then rising out with control, release the hands and the left foot. Take a moment before we do that all on the other side. When you're ready, hands reach out and up one more time. Exhale and fold. Breathe into halfway lift. Lower the hands, step all the way back to plank. Take your vinyasa on the knees or the feet, up to upward dog, back to downward dog. Full breath in, long exhale out. Now reaching into the left leg, tip onto the outside of your right foot, bringing the left foot behind you. Stretch out into your wild thing. Look back behind you or even drop the head. Think length, think back bend, think breath. And then turn towards the top of the mat, step in one movement. If you can, left foot comes forward now and rise into your high crescent lunge. Find that strength, all 10 toes and the hips facing forward. Now opening up to warrior two on an exhale, tailbone tucks, trying to make everything in a straight line towards the top of the mat. And on an exhale, coming over into your extended side angle. Left hand presses into the inside of the calf, or fingers tickle the mat, touch the mat. Right arm comes alongside your right ear. Feel that stretch and length all the way down the right side body. Another deep breath in. Exhale, rise up. Swivel towards the top edge. Prepare to balance. Fix your gaze in one position and then float. And then float onto the standing leg, the front leg. Cross your right ankle over the top of the left knee and squat your way down into your standing figure of four. On the other side, heading deep into that hip and the glute. Breathing as fully as you can. If you feel those wobbles, just smile and breathe through it. If you fall out, laugh and try again. Coming out with control. Take a full breath in and a long exhale out. Now making your way down to the mat, and we're going to take a deep back bend. So listen to your body, take the variation that feels right for you today. We'll start in a bridge position. So start by really engaging that core. Draw the belly towards the spine, knit the rib cage in, activate through those core muscles, and then rise into a bridge position, squeezing the glutes and the hips up towards the sky. Maybe if you want deeper back bend, you can walk the shoulder blades closer together underneath you. If this is enough for you, stay in the bridge. You could even take a block under your lower back to make this a more restorative, gentle, passive stretch. If you would like to try a full wheel, take your fingertips under your shoulders. elbows just above the shoulders, parallel. Walk your feet flat up towards your glutes. And then from there, press into the feet and the hands at the same time, lifting your chest. Think about bringing your chest over your wrists, shoulders over the wrists, almost like you were making a handstand with the upper body. Try and keep the heels flat if you can, first of all. Really squeezing through the glutes and the backs of the legs. And then if you want to try some different shapes, lifting one leg and then the other, you can do that. Whenever you need to come down, come onto the backs of your shoulders, not your head. Lowering with control to the ground. Just taking a moment. Feel the energy flooding back into your body. If you were in the bridge pose, come down as well whenever you're ready. When you feel like your spine has come neutral again, make your way up to seated, just to counterpose that deep back bend. Sit your way right onto the sitting bones, draw tall through the spine, and then hinge forward from the hips into a seated forward fold. Taking your hands around the ankles or the feet, making sure wherever you come to in this position that you have your belly on your thighs. So if it means you need to bend the knees, then bend the knees. Bowing the head down, you can even rest your forehead on your knees if you're that close. Or you could take a pillow underneath your body if you're still feeling quite tight in the backs of the legs. A few deep breaths here. Maybe taking the peace fingers around the big toes. Like I said before, really tuning into that parasympathetic nervous system. So by breathing in a relaxed way, we bring our body into a relaxed state. When you're ready to come out, you can slowly roll upwards. And from there, just ease your way down to the mat. Maybe swaying your knees a little from side to side. And then making your way into Shavasana. Heels come as wide as the mat. Shoulder blades tuck down underneath you. Take one last deep breath in and then exhale through the mouth. Now allowing yourself at least 2 minutes of complete stillness on your back. No past, no future. Now wiggling the fingers and toes, Turn your head gently from side to side. And when you're ready, extend the arms back behind you, point the toes away from you, stretch out the whole body. And release the arms back down by your sides and roll over to lying on whichever side feels best for you. Hands under the head. Take a moment here. And when you're ready, pressing yourself up sideways to a seated position. Coming to a comfortable seat with a tall spine. Tune into that deep breathing again through the nose. Check in with yourself, how you're feeling now compared to the start of the class, how you feel in your body. Come back to any intention that you set and carry that forward into the rest of your day. I invite you to bring your hands to heart center, bow your head, thank yourself for showing up for this practice today. Namaste. Thank you so much for joining me. I really hope that you loved this slow flow Vinyasa yoga practice. This is really the way that I love to practice, slow and really staying in those stretches to build that flexibility and also bring my body and mind into a calm state. So if you enjoyed it, please let me know how it went for you in the comments. Give the video a like, and if you're not already, please subscribe. I hope you have the most beautiful day. I'll see you very soon. Bye.